getting dicey.
Something's happening.
What's happening with your computer? What's up? Are you good?
Oh, that's just no.
Okay. Can you hear us okay? Can you see everything?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's like a slideshow with a video there.
Oh, that's no good.
Am I choppy?
Yes, yeah, you are.
It's
You're,
weird
you're not on a wired connection, are you?
No, but it's uploading like 6 megabytes per second,
Oh,
which is
Okay.
way too much.
it's quite a lot. Okay, so speaking of Revenants, Shannon, I think that was a really good starting point. They do definitely come back to life, and it is something that Bill and American are well aware of from their stories from Ismark. And there is a sense of dread, even though that the combat has wrapped up. There is just sort of a sense of unknowing about what those Revenants' deaths will really mean for everyone. How do we want to start this? American, you're in bear form within the little mausoleum.
Yeah.
What is Berican up to?
Probably just going and just kind of nosing around. Probably gonna walk out of the mausoleum and just kind of see what everyone else is up to and make sure the danger's passed. I don't want to turn back to an elf yet because I'm scared that there's still going to be danger afoot.
Right. Let's have a quick look here.
I can hear some haunting music for the first time. Oh my god, this is a revelation.
I will just I will let you know that again within the mausoleum. Let's describe this. Let's describe this whole sort of feeling of this cemetery at the moment. I guess might be a good way to start this session after 2 months off. The cemetery you're in is just completely shrouded in fog. There are numerous of these little grave sites that have been they look like they've been climbed up, like dug out from the inside and climbed up out of. The door into the mausoleum, into the mansion is open, and there are a couple of dead revenants within the mansion, and one lying in the middle of this mausoleum. This mausoleum is inside. It's really dark and dusty. There are like 4 little alcoves with raised floors in each of the cardinal directions, and etched into the far wall looks to be a verse of something written in Draconic. Everyone, like Irina, is sort of trying to catch her breath in the middle of the cemetery, having tried to confront a Revenant herself. And there are 10, I think, of the Baron's skeletons now, all just sort of standing at ease, some within the cemetery, some on the steps of this mansion, and some within the mansion. Bill, you're also in that mausoleum at this time with the dead Revenant. You've seen 3 dead Revenants now. You're looking down at this one, and there's something about this one that just seems a little different. Maybe it's just that it didn't curse you on its final breath that's making this one feel a little less intimidating than the ones that you saw within the mansion.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about all the Revenants cursing me.
Look at this great filter. Perfect.
That's a great.
The eyes aren't even on top of the eyes. No.
No?
No. It's a no from me.
And go. Right, so
And D&D now.
if
Okay.
you can all D&D.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh yeah. So the Baron was also in like a death state, right?
No, I was helped, I think. But I'm still feeling. I got 13 hit points now, but I did die recently, close to dying.
Right.
So thanks to, I think it was Bill, maybe did magic trick on me.
Sounds like something I'd do.
And just as a reminder, you did all hear, coming from the west side of this mansion, horses. Someone shouting after
Oh, yeah.
Ezmerelda. You heard the. It was in the recap, but I'll tell you again now.
Thank you.
Where was I going with that? So someone getting off a horse and entering into the mansion.
I'm going to prick up my bear ears and go, and start sloping off in that direction. Loping off, even.
Is the
As a
mansion
bear.
clear? As in, did I miss any kind of encounters within the mansion or any kind of assessment that, yep, there's a clear path through the mansion now?
No, we can't go through the mansion.
Can I go through the mansion?
Nope.
Mansion's out.
Yeah.
So,
Forgot it.
wait, why can't... I need to be reminded as well. Why can't you go through the mansion?
Well, there are other people in there. We got told to fuck off. We went
okay.
upstairs and we talked to the guy and he told us to fuck off.
Right. So this ground floor, from what you know of this ground floor, there was that open foyer at the west side. The south side sounded like... Oh, no, we even saw with peepers that there were a bunch of these giant spiders on the south side of this building that was opened up. And that on the east side, there were those 3 revenants that were looking like they were praying to the altar. From what you're aware of, you've taken care of the revenants. There was nothing really in that foyer on the ground floor and in the rooms north. There was that the fire that turned into a dragon to sort of give you some hint about the skull of Argynvost. But and you left Savid also near that foyer as well. But for all intents and purposes, the ground floor, minus those spiders, is pretty clear.
Can we go into this door here where I'm clicking?
That is not a door? So no.
Okay, so we
no,
can't
that
go
is-
through it.
No.
I
Like a
go towards
fireplace.
where I can go in.
So you're closed off in this this graveyard at the moment. You'd have to climb up over the fence, or you could go in through the mansion.
Where did the voice come from? The west?
Yeah, the far side. That's right. The
Oh,
western
so
side.
we have to go back through the mountain. I see.
So we have to head back over the fence or go through the mansion.
Yeah, you hear you hear some footsteps entering into that area. You've just had that fight, and all the skeletons turn to face this sound, and you just hear Savid's voice. I don't mean any harm. And he's putting his I don't remember his voice. Look, I don't. Like, if it's changed like
Scared, wasn't
since 2 months ago, I've got to remember. I'll get back to it. But Morley, you look through the door and you can see Savid sort of shaken with his hands up, and he's just looking at all of these dead bodies on the ground, and his mouth is just agape, just shocked that you've managed-
Savid, mind your step, Savid.
Yes, I will. Thank you. What happened in here?
Oh, you don't want to know, but there was a commotion.
Yes, I can see. I heard someone coming in from the other door, and I've just made my way through here. They sounded angry.
Angry. American. Oh God, you're a bear. That's right. I forgot.
I'm done with the frustration of being a bear and not being able to mouth off. So I'm gonna melt back into the form of an elf for convenience's sake, and I'm gonna roll a d4 as I do so, and that's gonna determine which season I'm gonna be in. Oh, good. What do we get? 3. Oh, we're gonna be spring.
Is that good?
Okay.
A little bit more cherry than normal.
American. Savid's here. He says someone's coming round and they're angry.
Oh no!
Right?
I thought I heard something. It was like calling for Ezmerelda, calling her a thief or something. Was it?
Be
Unbelievable.
on your guard.
Oh, it will be.
Ezmerelda, of course.
What?
And Savid kind of looks down. I think you had a conversation that you were here to meet up with Ezmerelda, and he did mention that he knew the name, and that there was some kind of issue between his people and Ezmerelda. And one of the voices, the person that was calling out, you did hear him yelling out, this other voice, that I'll get you for what you've done, Ezmerelda.
Let's go see him.
I just need to take
Clear up this mishap.
Yeah.
Honestly, we've seen such... I think we've been fighting the undead. How bad could one bloke be? We'll go see him, sort this out. Just a misunderstanding.
Sure. Irina and Ismark sort of make their way up the stairs towards the mansion, and you, Morley, as well. And Irina sort of says to you, Morley, do you think everything's going to be... Are we going to be safe in this place?
Look, short answer, no, probably not. But we probably need to really take stock of our options, find out if that is Ezmerelda, and get the hell out of here.
And she smiles at you and says, Morley, did you see what I did in that fight back there?
Oh yeah.
Now, Adam, you may not remember, but she was disengaging like a pro. She's been watching you fighting, and she's been picking up on how to sort of get in, disengage, and get away without taking hits. And she's pretty
She learned
happy.
that from me, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Well, the training's been paying off, eh?
It gives her kind of a playful... just a playful look. Eh? Eh?
I know things have been quite busy, and you've been quite preoccupied with everything, but if we can have like a proper training session tonight, that would be amazing. Maybe you can show me how
Or
to
training session. Right, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I thought you were hinting at something else there, but yeah, training session. Yeah, absolutely. I'll put it on the old list of things to do.
And she just follows you into this mansion. Baron, what's happening with all of your skeletons at this point?
I think we're just checking that there's no broken bones. Get everyone together.
It's quite easy to tell with these ones.
Yeah.
Don't need to bust out the portable X-ray machine.
How have you? You can see all their names and hit points now that I've sort of sorted them all out. Can you see all that?
Oh, my computer's not working that well.
Okay.
I can see. I can see them on my other screen. I just can't control them.
You can't control them. You should definitely be able to control them. But
yeah.
But if things are broken,
my thing was working. Yeah. But
Okay.
I can see their names:
Okay.
Florence, Matt, Patty, Vargas, Winona. They're all here.
and you guys all hear,
Ezmerelda, get out here now! Well, where'd that come from?
coming from the
Sounds
west.
angry. Let's
Who
go
was that?
see him. I'm gonna
that
go
Sous
see
Vide?
him.
No, that
Oh,
wasn't.
Suvid's right here.
Yeah, Savita's with you guys.
Sorry.
Let's go see what's cooking, sous vide.
Let's go.
Let's go. Inside or outside?
Yeah.
It's coming
I'm gonna
from.
follow you guys.
It sounds like it's still from the outside of the mansion, but with the doors being open, it's kind of echoing around this mansion, but also on the outside. It's a big place.
Okay. So it feels like we should start walking through the mansion to get near the entranceway.
Yeah, if you'd like to do that.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, I'm following. America.
Mira, can you make your way through the foyer? As you make your way through, you can still just hear that scuttling and like the scuttling of feet and the moving of mandibles coming through from the southern doorways. And you remember,
Cute.
and you remember those like 12 massive giant spiders that Peepers saw.
Yeah.
Is Baron near me?
Yep.
Sure.
Baron, all that noise from all them critters next door. Wouldn't have any more of that sickening ray or whatever you're doing back at the Abbey, which we don't like to mention. Wouldn't have any more of that, would you?
Yeah, I do. Well, maybe. Let's have a look here. I'm just gonna
You're
check my
lucky
pockets
American
here if
can't overhear this conversation.
I got one more, but I don't you think we should avoid them? I mean, I'll climb that fence if I have to.
Yeah, no, I'm just wondering. That's all.
Oh,
Wondering
yeah.
what you're packing. I mean, wondering what
Okay.
you've got left.
Yeah, no, I got a sickening ray. Everyone,
You had to say everyone loves sickening radiance.
yeah, everyone loves sickening Raymond. But I tell you what, I could pop out some fireballs.
You can pop your balls out later. I was just more wondering if we get into a situation where we need to take out a room of critters. It's, you're our man.
Yeah, spiders hate fire, I think.
Oh, don't we all?
Hello.
American, as you come running into that foyer, you do see Ezmerelda standing in the foyer, just slamming this door or closing this door behind her. And she sees you, and she just beams this big smile across to you. She says, "Oh, American, you're here. Wasn't sure if you'd be here yet or not."
Esmeralda! Oh my goodness!
And the more you guys are talking kind of out loud, the scuttling behind the doors like stops just for a moment. And she notices that, and you notice that, and she points towards the door and she says, what the fuck is that?
I'm just going to send her a message and just say, I don't think we should talk out loud. Let's talk like this.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to fairy messages for the rest of the conversation to make things smoother.
Yeah, are you including Savid in this?
I mean, I haven't.
Maybe just
I think I
basically
have- I think I haven't said it to him, but I'll send him a message to say we're staying quiet because of the spiders.
I have a question. Can this cantrip only message between you and one person at any given time? You can't do a group chat in it, can you?
I don't believe so.
Oh, this is going to be a long conversation.
Well, I figured the easiest thing is if I just say that I'm passing messages and then we just talk it out.
Why don't we just whisper, Bill?
Tell them to whisper.
I mean, sure, if you want to be low tech about it.
No, it's
Why don't we all get closer together so we could talk quietly rather than having to whisper yell?
but let's get away from that door with the spiders.
Yeah, I
We
agree.
can go outside, just as an idea.
Oh,
And
that sounds great.
Esmeralda's just like mouthing the word spiders at you, like, what?
Oh, it's fine. We'll go see them later.
It's not fine.
outside. We should go outside.
And she notices Savid walking in behind you lot as well, coming from that direction. And she just points at him and says, "What? Oh, no, that's definitely not her." What the fuck is that boy doing here? Why is he with you? What's going on?
Outside. Let's get outside.
They're gonna kill me outside. I don't really want to go out there.
Who's out there?
Okay.
And you just hear again, just like some thumping on the door. Esmeralda, get out now! And again, those spiders, the sound of the spiders just starts like kicking up again.
This is so dramatic. I can't even.
Let's go to the cemetery, quick.
They
I'm just
might.
gonna say, message doesn't look so bad now, does it?
But won't tell that guy outside to do the message. He's the one making the fuss.
They might be a little bit. They might be a little bit upset because I stole one of their horses. They might be.
Get on the back. Let's get on the back. Okay. Alright.
Okay, let's go.
Molly follows Bill out to the back.
Gosh.
Here we are.
All of you, as you make your way back to the area where the Revenant fight took place, you notice Savid not following along with you. And he heads towards you do notice him sort of heading out towards the foyer door.
So, Vade, get your ass back here. You owe us a life debt.
And he's ignoring you with the intent of just opening up.
Oh, my God. Are you seeing this, guys? Are you
open the
freaking
door.
seeing this?
Ezmerelda, do you know that guy?
Yes, he's part of the camp south of Vallaki, the Vastani Camp.
Grab him.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab him.
Oh,
Okay.
web him.
Just gonna run up.
Shove him in with the spiders. just joking.
Beat him to the spiders for his insolence.
I actually would like that.
What?
Technically, it would be them that killed him.
Making us innocent and the good guys.
Is anyone else having a weird effect with Joe's audio going from left to right in your ears?
No.
Oh man, it's really creeping me out, and it keeps moving between left and
Oh my
right,
god, no.
and that's getting put out to everyone who's listening as well.
no.
So that's really strange. I'm not really. Anyway, okay. So Savid heading across that foyer to the door.
I stop him.
How do you stop him?
I grab him by the arm and say, Sufid, how dare you?
Do you want to put your token where? Because you're outside at the moment. Your token. I need to have you.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to know where you are.
Where is he? Where is the little scamp?
He's heading towards the door.
Oh, he's really almost there. How did we let him get so far, you guys? He's about to betray us, you know.
You reach for him, and he calls out, Aragal, I'm fine in here, Aragal, don't worry. And again, you hear that voice, Savid, is this Esmeralda in there? What, can you bring her out? And there's a bit of a back and forth. Savid says, well, it's quite safe in here, you can just come in if you like, it's fine. I've got some friends here. That can help us.
Giant spiders, you idiot.
Shush!
I'm gonna message Savid as he's yelling this stuff and just be like, "There's giant fucking spiders. Stop fucking yelling."
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna take a little bit to like call out the door. Excuse me, Mr. Yelling Guy. There's giant spiders, and they're listening to you, and they're gonna come and get you. Shush!
American.
So you're just going to start yelling as well?
Yeah. I need to warn him. Like he's just gonna yell more.
I'm going to leave. I'm getting all my skeletons together
Yeah.
by the stairs. Let's just get
Alright,
out of here.
I'm gonna zoop away. I'm
Oh,
fine.
you're walking off? Okay.
I've warned him. I've done my due diligence. If he wants to yell and get the spiders on his ass, well, that's his business.
Yeah. As you move away, the door to the mansion starts opening up, and you notice that. And there's for a brief moment, you spot a bearded man, long brown hair, a sword at his side, and a long bow on his back. Before you move out of the room. And you can hear this man speaking with Savid. You hear him saying, why did you let her pass? We have to go and get Ezmerelda. She needs to pay. This is the second time she's stolen one of our horses. This can't keep happening. She needs to pay. We've got to take her back to the camp, and she will pay for her crimes. That's kind of the conversation.
Can I peep around like this? Like, oh. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you certainly can. So you're seeing
Okay,
this,
I do that.
Yeah, you're seeing this conversation.
What does he look like, though? He's got brown hair, but how old is he?
He looks to be a Vistani.
Got a beard.
He's got a beard. Long brown hair. He's got sort of colourful-ish clothing, kind of like what you would expect of a Vistani. He looks to be in his late 30s, maybe early 40s.
Does he look mean? Does he look like he's going to try and kill everyone in his path? Or does he look like he's just an honest man?
Look, he's definitely not happy right now.
He seems angry, is what I'm picking up.
He does seem incredibly angry, but him and Savid are making their way across the foyer. Across the foyer, Savid's kind of pointing out towards where you are, American. And you can hear this guy asking Savid, what were you doing out here anyway, Savid?
Oh.
Okay.
Here we go. The thirsty elf strikes again.
I didn't mean it like that. Not my type.
Oh.
Oh.
Just
He's
seeing
got a
his
point,
face
guys.
pop up.
I was out looking for Arabelle. Aragal. Isn't it weird that both of your names sound quite similar?
That's very arrogant.
Aragel and Arabelle.
Is there two of them?
Well, there's Aragel. Aragel is the man that is standing next to Savid. Arabelle is the girl that has gone missing. I was out looking for Arabelle. Out in the woods, and I was taken in by a bunch of needle blights, and I was severely injured, and I managed to drag myself here, Aragel. And if it wasn't for these fine people that I'm taking you to, I don't think I would have made it. And Aragel, fucking, I hate these names already. Gil, no, we can't call him Gil either.
Fuck.
Dave.
Call him Aaron.
Aaron and Bell.
Aragel and Bell, we'll call him from now on. Aragel says, Savid, you stupid moron, you knew. You knew not to go out that far into these woods. And you knew that she... Oh, fuck's sake, Savid. Let's get Ezmerelda and let's get out of here. And we'll deal with this whole business later.
Can I run ahead to the party and be like, oh my god, Savid's like trying to lead this guy to us. He's really mad at Ezmerelda. Should we run away or should we try and talk to them? We need to make a decision now. Are we going to run away or are we going to talk to them?
What? You know me, I never run away from a conflict.
We might be able to win him over. He does seem like a dick though, but I mean, I'd be mad too. Apparently she's
American, get yourself together. Why is he mad? Do you know? Why is he after Ezmerelda?
She stole horses. She stole their horses.
Horses.
I'd be mad.
Ezmerelda, where's the horse?
I shoot. Well, the first one. The first one. I didn't shoot it. The first one got scared off by the werewolves outside the tower where I was.
That happened.
You know.
Right.
And the second one, I got off just outside and I shoot it away.
You shoot it away.
We shooed it away.
Why would you shoo the horse away?
So it's probably returned home anyway, right?
Look, I wasn't thinking. I was trying to get safe in this.
What if we clubbed together and offered to buy the horse? And then everyone's square, everyone's happy. Your angry friend doesn't need to be angry.
Or
good idea.
How about this? They can go and fuck themselves.
Oh, let's go with option A. Not much of a negotiator, are you, Ezmerelda?
They're very angry with you, Ezmerelda, and you're just going to make it worse by saying that.
Well,
I guess.
We do owe you a wagon, Ezmerelda, so I think the least we can do is I think we can probably foot the bill on this.
For what? I don't even have the horse anymore.
That was because you rode full, though. You shoot it away.
Just like how we don't have the caravan anymore.
That's true. We don't have the wagon.
Do we run or do we chat? Or chat?
Let's talk to them.
Let's chat.
Okay,
let's chat. But not with the spiders.
Yep, we can stay away from the cuties and we will just...
What's his name, the angry fella? American, did you get that?
Aragel.
Aragel! We're out the back!
The Savid makes his way into the little area where you fought the Revenants with Aragel behind. Aragel seems to have calmed down a little bit on this walk through with Savid. And Aragel said, you can hear him saying to Savid, we've one of the other young'uns from the camp mentioned that she'd been wanting some kind of creepy little toy, I don't know, so we weren't really quite sure where she might have gone, but I'm sure we'll find her soon enough. And Savid points to you, the doorway. Irina backs off, leaving some space between the door and you, and Aragel stands in the doorway, looking out to you lot, standing out in the cemetery. And Ezmerelda has kind of backed off behind all of you as well. Aragel looks, all right, which one of you's leading this group here?
Oh,
Bill
we
steps.
don't like to.
Bill, John's like, Bill steps up, eh?
Bill's gonna step up and say, "Well, we don't really go by leaders, but I'm happy to talk with you. Hello, I'm Gil."
Oh,
Good.
Okay, nice.
who's this?
All right, Gil. I need you. I've just changed the voice. I need you. Sorry. I need you to hand me over Ezmerelda. That woman cowering behind you, I need her.
I think the first thing we ought to do is just take it down a note, and I just strum my thing, my thing,
Yeah, was it?
my uke,
Oh, yeah.
and let out a wee note, and cast Calm Emotions,
Ooh.
Hey, perfect.
just to bring down the tension. And I'm targeting Abigail.
Abigail?
Ezmerelda? Aragel?
Aragel, Ezmerelda,
it's like
and
arrogant.
also
Yeah.
that's not helping me. And also Savid.
Okay.
What about me? Oh, chill.
Yeah. Do I get calm?
Everybody's calm.
I don't want to be calm. How dare you?
Yeah.
And the Baron's just kind of made
Yeah, you've annoyed me.
a fort of skeletons in the cemetery, is that right? Okay, good.
Yes, I'm being surrounded by 10 skeletons.
Okay.
Sorry, let me just read out what it actually does.
Sure.
My stuff's just loading. So I attempt to suppress strong emotions in a group of people. Each humanoid creature in a 20-foot radius sphere, centered where I'm standing, or a point I choose, I guess, but I'm just going to center where I'm standing, must make a charisma saving throw. A creature can choose to fail this saving throw. If it wishes, American, you're free to resist. If a creature fails, I choose an effect. I can either suppress any effect, causing a target to be charmed or frightened, or I make a target indifferent about creatures of my choice that they are hostile toward.
Okay. All right, so a charisma roll from Aragel
Yeah, it needs to beat a 16.
and a charisma saving throw from Ezmerelda, was it? All right, they have both failed, and we want Savid as well. Charisma. Here we go. And they've all failed. They've all rolled miserably. A 6, and a 3.
Yes.
So
Why don't we talk this out?
you instantly see the kind of the fear that Ezmerelda had. There was like a cockiness mixed with fear. While she's been acting very cocky, she's been hiding at the back. That kind of dissipates a bit, and Aragel's anger just drops, and he looks calm now. And Savid, he was never really that worked up to begin with. He's fine. But Aragel says, "Okay, what is it you want to talk about?"
Well, it seems you have a quarrel with our friend here, and we'd like to put right that quarrel.
She's taken numerous things from us so far. She's taken a couple of horses, and God knows what else. We've been missing a few things here and there.
Are you sure you didn't misplace them?
Remember, he feels indifferent. He feels indifferent towards hostiles.
Oh.
And I just said to Morley, my magic has bounds, Morley.
Simply asking the question, Barry.
It could.
Every time that face pops up.
That could be the case.
Well, there we
Go then.
But I know for a fact she's taken 2 of our horses. So I'm just using a bit of logic here. I'm just extrapolating something from the facts, yeah?
Now,
Well, as you can see, there are no horses here. So how can we make things up to you and your people?
You could start by handing over Ezmerelda.
I'm sorry, that's not going to happen.
what does a horse run in Barovia? Couple of gold. 1 gold with the grand negotiators back again.
About
15
12
million
kilometers
gold.
an hour.
We'll give you 5,000 gold. Yeah.
And a nice leather jacket.
What would a horse cost? What's a realistic horse cost?
You know it's not
like-
about the money.
You know what? I've just had an amazing idea. We can combine my passion for saving children with your passion for being repaid for horses. We'll save the girl, and you'll forgive everything.
Good idea. Yeah.
I reckon Scott's got a point there.
Seems a fair trade.
Sorry, did you tell them about Arabelle, did you? Belle. I'm going to call her from now on Belle. Well, yes, I had to tell them how I got to where I got, so I'm sorry, but yes. I trusted them for what they did for me. My friend's daughter, Belle. She's been missing for maybe a day and a half. How about this? You have 24 hours to bring Arabelle back to my camp to show that, actually, why don't I keep Ezmerelda with me?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And in 24 hours, should you bring Belle back to our camp, you'll get Ezmerelda back without a hair hurt on her body. Hurt?
Absolutely not. Without a hair shaved.
With all her hairs remaining. Well,
Absolutely not. I would allow it. A hostage situation, not a chance.
It's a simple trade.
Aragel, come on, man, be reasonable.
We need to
First of all, you got to give us at least 72.
So I'm
72 hours.
I'm laughing at Baron's internet connection just slowly crawling to a halt. Sorry. So what, Morley, can you continue? Sorry.
Look, that seems slightly aggressive, if you don't mind me saying, and I'm not here to make trouble. I think give us 72 hours and leave Ezmerelda with us, and we'll be more efficient at finding your lost one. You know, we're all suffering here, right? We're all suffering.
72 hours by herself in Barovia. She'll be dead.
No,
If she's not dead already.
Oh well, not with that attitude, we won't be finding her.
look, let's just find her. You don't have to keep what's her name, Ezmerelda.
Yeah,
Sorry,
and
it's
may
really-
I remind you, by the way, we actually saved dear Sous Vide's life as well. So I would actually think that you are in our debt to begin with. We're very good people. You must trust us. Have some trust in your heart.
I'd love to get angry about this right now, but I just can't.
That's good. That's good progression.
Actually, Savid should come with us.
How about we take the horses, Ezmerelda,
And
And
you.
you're gonna
and you give us 15 years.
How about you pay us as well, by the way?
Where was the last place you saw Arabelle?
24 hours. You have 24 hours.
He said where?
But I'm needing Ezmerelda with us. How are we supposed to find you if you decide just to leave? 24 hours pass and you're gone, never to be seen again. Oh, we promise we'll help you. No. I need a bargaining chip here. Can someone answer that?
It's no deal.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Abigail. That's a non-starter for us, and I would remind you. I don't think you have the upper hand here.
I've got 2 men and 2 direwolves waiting for me outside.
Do you see the floor covered in revenants? Do you wonder how that happened?
Not really. I assumed they were dead when you got here.
Okay, good assumption.
And Savi just kind of like flicks Aragel. No, they did that. Okay. Oh, okay. Look, I need to know that. How can I trust that you? How can I just take your word? I don't know you. 24 hours. 24 hours. I need something of yours, so I know you'll be back.
What can we give him? I
Like a
offered
nice
to give you a
watch, or-
skeleton, but obviously it's not good enough for you.
What about a deposit? What about like a monetary deposit?
Yeah, do we have anything? Got any money?
I don't really have anything, if I'm honest.
Doesn't Bill have
I
a
mean,
diamond?
I would hang out with you, but I feel I would be more helpful if I was saving the young girl.
I do have a diamond, but I wonder if we might need it.
Don't give him a diamond.
Like hearing the word diamond, his
No.
eyes
Not-
light
that,
up.
That was John talking.
No. But Morley did say, doesn't Bill have a
That
diamond?
was Adam. That was Adam talking.
It's like, give him the diamond.
All right, the
God.
jig's up. Give him the diamond. We all die. That's it.
Look, I'll hold on to it.
You were married.
You're back in 24 hours with Arabelle, or at least with news of Arabelle, or her
Oh,
body,
he softened up.
or her body.
No, don't say it.
Don't even think it, Christopher Argyle. What's his name?
Argo.
Christopher Argyle.
It's all in the accent. Christopher.
Kyle, that's canon now. I'm writing that down. Christopher Argyle.
What's his name?
Aragale.
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 You know what's
Aragale.
really... You know what's
Nobody
really...
die. Nobody die while we're on this mission.
Do you find it really suspicious that his friend's daughter is named after him? I'm like, okay. That's a bit suspicious.
I wanted to bring it up, but I felt like it wasn't the right time.
Yeah, does she look suspiciously like him?
She's got a beard as well, yeah. Aragale, having heard about the diamond, looks towards Bill. He said, "Sorry, was it Bill or Gil?
Yeah.
Gil,
You fucked it up.
hand me that diamond, and I'll see you in 24 hours."
How much is that diamond worth, Gil?
It's worth
1,000
less
gold.
than Ezmerelda, if you'd rather hand her over.
No, I'm just asking.
Well, it's the equivalent of about 15 horses.
Just judging by the music right now, I feel like the spell's wearing off.
Okay, where'd you spot Arabelle last?
The last anyone saw of her was at our camp. I was just saying to Savid that one of the other little ones in the camp, after some friendly interrogation, did mention that Arabelle had her eyes on a creepy little toy. But that's all he would say.
A Blinsky.
Bless you.
Was it a Blinsky? Was it one of these? And I've actually got a bloody Blinsky toy. Blinsky toy with a little blood.
Oh, that's right. And he goes, "Oh, that's ugly. Good God. Maybe it was some. All I know is it was some kind of creepy toy." And he looks over and sees the little tag and can just see sort of like, "Is no fun." Oh, is no fun. Yeah, that rings a bell. An Arabelle.
You just couldn't resist.
Couldn't resist that.
That rings Arabelle.
This is no time for puns, Christopher Argyle.
Christopher. He's a little too calm.
Where did you acquire that toy? As the DM,
what's the name of
I don't
What's the name
remember.
of the city? What's the name of the city again?
Vallaki. Did you get it from Vallaki? Where did you?
That's where the toy maker is. I don't remember him picking
Yeah,
up a
yeah.
toy.
Balaki. It was in Balaki.
Okay, we'll just say it. I don't remember where it was.
I got it in Balaki.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, that might be your first clue.
We'll be back in a jiffy. Depend on us. Let's go.
Aragel, with the diamond in his hand, sort of just pushes that diamond into one of his pockets. He's not giving it any reverence at all. He doesn't care. He can see that what he's more interested in is Arabelle's safety. He says, "Please, if you find anything, please, we're just south of Vallaki. 24 hours. Come on, Savid." And he walks out with Savid close behind him.
Bye. Mind the spiders on the way out.
Really sorry about that there, Bill.
Oh, it'll be fine.
It's fine.
I know you worked hard. I know you
fine.
worked hard for the diamond.
It'll be fine.
Like I sold all my worldly possessions to buy that.
No, we'll just steal it back if we need it. It's fine. Let's go.
Do you want me to go
One
after
thing we're
him?
good at. It's
want me to
doing
go
things
after him
quickly.
No, it's okay. Let's go.
A moment
The child
passes,
is safe.
and you hear a horse and sort of galloping off away
They've
from.
got plenty
from
of
the mansion.
horses. He's still on one. For God's sakes.
And Ezmerelda looks to you, Bill, and says, "I'm sorry, Bill. I'm sorry. You might as well just kiss that thing goodbye, I guess, because we're not going to be. I mean, it's just a little Vistani child. Do we really care? Probably doesn't even have a soul."
Ezmerelda!
What?
My God, I thought I knew you.
Look, you know as much about. Look, I know I'm Vistani, but there are some dodgy Vistani out there. Okay, and I've seen their camp, and they're not the kind of Vistani you want to be dealing with. There's a reason. There's a reason
Too
I
bad,
stole
isn't
their
it? Because
horses.
we just made a fucking deal with them.
They've got Bill's diamond.
And I do appreciate that you looked after me in that way. We've got things to do. We've got to, get Gertruda out of Strahd's grasp, and we've got to kill. We've got to get Strahd, and we've got to kill him. We've got to get a. That was the plan.
Why didn't we give them that big amethyst on your forehead?
Without skipping a beat, she just turns to the Baron and says, "Did you mend my sword?"
Yes, I did actually. Irina, have you still got that?
Yeah. Certainly do, Bill. Baron.
How'd you know I could mend it? Did I say I could?
Yeah, you told her that you were going to mend it. That's why she gave you the broken silver sword.
Yeah.
So Irina sort of basically disconnects the sheath from his side with the sword in it and hands it over to Ezmerelda, who promptly fastens it to her side. Says, "Oh, this is fantastic," and she unsheathes it, takes a look at it. It's looking perfect. She says, "Those werewolves, they won't stand a chance next time, will they?"
Yes, well, I, for one, think we should go save the life of an innocent child. I don't care if she came from a pack of criminals. It's an innocent child, isn't it? That's very harsh of you, Ezmerelda. In fact, I'm going right now. I don't care who's coming with me.
Yeah, I'm surprised at you, Ezmerelda. Anyway, it's only 24 hours, and then we'll be back on the case.
Cool.
I'm off.
Okay.
Okay, how are we going to find her? What's you got any magic spells for this?
I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. I've got a wonderful spell that I've been meaning to try, and it's actually pretty exciting. I can't wait. I can speak with plants. How amazing is that? To track
Plants?
I know! I can't wait to see what they have to say. We could use them to track the little girl. Okay, we head to where she was last seen. Maybe we head into the town, and then we can quiz people, and if that fails, I've got a little bit of augury up my sleeve, see if there's wheel or woe in the mix. Talk to some plants, and it'll be done in a jiffy. Come on, let's go!
Is she always like this? I swear she wasn't like this before.
No, actually, about 25% of the time.
And scene. All right, we're all gonna make it. So, is there anything else you guys want to be doing within the mansion, or are you just heading out the front door? And
I did want to go up the tower, but I think that's off now.
Is it? Have a chat about it. What does the crew think?
I think let's go save the girl.
Because we
got
just
24
fought all
hours.
these things to go up the tower, and then we're like, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. We're like, let's go visit that guy we saw peeping out. Yeah, we killed all his guard, but we were distracted by something else now.
Well, maybe he's a prisoner up there.
We should probably go at least harass him for a little bit.
Let's just go
that'll
knock on the door.
It'll take 5 minutes, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this being
Hello?
D&D, I can't imagine it'll be a long drawn out
We'll
scenario.
get up there. He'll give me and us a full bio of who he is, with all secrets laid bare, with some
Yep.
crucial information, and we'll leave
And
it.
a diamond each.
So,
And that's where the kid is, too. Probably.
so the tower looks to be right above the chapel where you fought the Revenants. So, as you might or may not remember, inside that chapel there was a sort of a balcony above it. A wooden balcony, and at the north and south ends of this chapel were spiral staircases heading up.
Let's just go have a little jog up there, eh? Just quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay down here and keep my eye on Ezmerelda in a protective way.
Not in a suspicious way.
She's going to steal my skeletons.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
And then
By
just
her
shoot them
attitude.
away.
I'm going to bring 2 skeletons with me.
All right, okay. I'll need to just move some of you around on the map. So who's heading up?
I'm heading up.
American? Anyone
And
else?
Bill.
And Bill? Is everyone just going to like single file up these stairs?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay. All right. Let me just move you
I'm
guys.
so ready to get hit by a trap or something.
Sorry, it's
I
just
do a perception check for traps.
Yeah. Do your magic spell.
Yeah, I'm never preparing that one again. Sorry.
which one?
Find traps.
traps.
The
Oh,
most
right.
dismal spell in existence.
Did Ezmerelda just disappear?
I'm moving everyone up because you guys are moving on to a different part
Okay.
of the map.
I look like she ran away with Irina. That's all. It's just...
Sorry, it's just there's like a billion tokens.
I see.
Who else is there? Ismark. All right, you're all going to head up. So yeah, you all single file head up the stairs up to this balcony, and the stairs do continue on up above you as well to the next floor. So let's all just take a quick look at this balcony. Any information about this that's relevant? Probably not. Second floor.
Nice.
The wooden balcony.
on there.
This wooden balcony overhangs the mansion's chapel. There's an exquisitely carved wooden throne resting at the west end between 2 doors, and narrow archways lead to a spiral staircases going up and down. Hanging from the high ceiling is the iron chandelier with candle holders shaped like tiny silver dragons. So it looks like, yeah, there's like a little wooden throne that looks down over this chapel, over where the Revenants were praying.
Oh, cool.
Are we close to the roof?
You've got probably another. It's quite tall here. It's probably another 20 feet before the roof above your head, so it's quite high.
Well, suspicious.
I'm
And
gonna
then
sit in the chair.
and then the spiral staircase
idea.
just continues up.
Needing a rest in between the flights of stairs. Good move. Good move.
Just like real me.
Now that's roleplay.
It's actually a monster.
Yeah, the chair eats you. Roll a new character.
That was the one mistake they made. Okay, let's go upstairs.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting so nervous.
The stairway just climbs and climbs and climbs. You think you've probably travelled the 20 foot it would have taken for you to get to the next floor, but there's no door that exits off it. You're just single file going up this 5 foot wide, cramped stone spiral staircase. You get to a point where there's a small window, a glassless window, just a hole in the stone which enables you to look down into the chapel, down at the balcony, which now seems to be 40 feet below you, and the chapel another 20 feet below that. I need to grab everyone's tokens.
It's like
again.
the last act of Ghostbusters. They have to take the stairs.
What do you make of this, Baron?
What, the tall stairs?
We should have gotten to the top long ago.
No, I think it's just a tall tower, isn't it? Am I confused?
It is just it's an incredibly tall tower.
This is stressing me out.
It's
I,
not
mis- I,
magic,
misread,
right?
I misunderstood what you said. I thought you were saying we should have been past it.
You thought it was like the end of Mario 64. The never-ending stairs.
You have to do like a special jump backwards or something to like glitch up them if you
Yeah,
want
true,
to beat
let's
this guy. Then we glitch up the stairs really quickly.
Only if you're speedrunning.
We end
Yeah.
up at Strahd immediately.
Oh no! But then we
scared.
clip through the floor and beat him in one move with a glitch.
The credits roll.
Nice.
We're definitely not speedrunning Strahd if we think so.
I know. Oh my god, I'm so nervous about what this guy's going to be like. He's going to be mean. I can feel it. He's going to be mean.
You guys travel higher and higher, and you get to a point where there are new slots in the stone wall. This time, looking out over the external, the cemetery. Now you're on the other side, and it looks to
That's
be
nice view.
easily 60 feet or more below you now, and still the stairs climb. Who's at the front of this single file?
Not me.
No.
Not me.
Well, I thought Mirakin was like, I'm going up.
I'm going first. I'm trotting up the stairs as gracefully as I can manage, although I am a little winded. And I'm getting more and more nervous. After all this effort, I hope he has tea prepared for me because it's ridiculous.
You get to a point where there's a landing now with a stone door in front of you. And that stone door is closed.
Oh god, if he's locked it, I'm going to be so annoyed. I'm going to push on the door. Hello?
Let's have a quick look, see if anything is locked. No, they're open. You can just push through. So do you call out, do you?
Coming in, hello?
You open up into the internals of this tower. Let me just move you guys onto another map. I need to kind of hide some of your tokens because you might see stuff you're not meant to see.
Oh, it's very dark.
Yeah, you guys aren't going to be able to see much because there's no room in the
gosh,
stairway
how
to put some
small.
of you. Maybe I can do that. And you can see just in front of you here, American, this little area here is the door. So if you want to, how are you going to approach this door, I guess is the question.
That noise made me reconsider everything. I'm going to push on the door and be like, hello, and wheedle it open a little.
Let's go back down.
Yeah. Knock, knock, coming in.
Let's
Hope
open
you're
this door.
Oh,
decent.
You sort of you creak that door open, and you found like this a wooden landing that has 3 windows looking out over the roof of the mansion now, and flanking these windows are these 2 wooden doors, one of which you've just opened up. The stairs look to continue going further up, so it looks as you can see here on the map, it looks like it's broken, but that's just their way of showing that the stairs go further up. But before you step out, can you give me a perception check?
Yeah.
All of us?
Just American at the front of this.
Thought we were there, but apparently not. I've rolled a 16 plus 7 for 23.
Whoa.
Perfect. This landing does not look overly safe.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's quite. It's made of wood. It looks like it's quite rickety. It looks like it might have just like a small layer of stone, but the actual landing itself, you can see across under the stairs as they've climbed up, are all wooden.
Is it a fake?
Goodness.
Or is it just worn out?
It just looks to be like really worn out. There's underneath this big window on the west here that you can see, it looks even more worn than the rest.
Oh. Stop. It looks a little unsafe, a little rickety. No, I wouldn't trust standing on that, not at all.
We're pretty high up. I don't want to fall down. We would die if we fall down that hole.
Oh, I'm sure we would. Well, I probably wouldn't, but you would. Well, I
You'd
just
save
turn
me
into
though,
a
right?
bird halfway down and Bob's your
Oh.
uncle. But no, you would die. What if you use the mend spell on it? How often
What
can you
spell?
do that one? You've got mend,
mend.
haven't you?
I thought you said men's spell.
Use the manly spell on it.
make it strong.
Why would we need to go on this landing anyway? Don't our current stairwell keep going up?
No, the stairwell that
this
you're in
is
at the
it.
moment has ended at this landing in front of this door.
Oh, so the landing is literally the only way to continue our ascent.
Yes.
Does it look like there's any footprints and dust or anything like that?
With that roll of 27, that perception, was it
23?
23? This is it's all dusty. It looks like no one stepped foot in this area for quite some time.
What?
How long
How
has
is that
I been
possible?
up here?
He floats. Maybe he was a ghost.
Oh my goodness, if we've come all this way for a ghost, that would be so annoying. Oh well, we have to keep going now. There's a mystery afoot.
Can I peer up?
Okay.
Can I poke my head out and then look up to see potentially how far up it goes and if there's an entry somewhere?
Yeah, Morley, you sort of peer past American and look towards the south where the stairs continue up within this tower. And you can see a bit of subtle light coming in through, so it looks like you're basically right near the top, from what you can tell, or at least near a big opening.
I'll bring that insight back to the crew. We're near the top.
Very good. Very good. Brian,
hope
can
so.
you fix it or not? How does the
I
mend
can only
spell work?
fix items, really. I don't think I'll be able to fix it.
Okay.
Well,
I'm not turning around.
I've got a rope.
no. Well, I mean, let me.
I mean,
It's a cantrip. I don't know. I wasn't thinking that it's like OP like what's that hole digging thing. It's a mending. Let's have a look.
What's the
single
hold up?
breaker?
What's the hold up there, guys? It's coming to a stop.
There's broken stairs,
It's
Ezmerelda.
rickety.
Mind your self. Mind yourself.
find yourself.
Does it look like it's broken everywhere or just this section?
Yeah, what does it look like? It's just a small section we could skip over, or is it like the whole thing's just going to collapse on us?
I wouldn't it doesn't look like it's going to collapse, but it also doesn't look overly strong, especially underneath that central window, from what you can tell.
Well, let's
This is a
avoid
bit
that then.
awkward.
And one
I've got
person
a-
at a time.
I've got a plan. I've got a rope.
Yes.
I could tie that around my waist, give that to you guys, and then I could very gingerly tiptoe up until I get to a point that's kind of more steady.
Yes.
And then I could say, let go of the rope, and then I've got the rope. No, don't let go of the rope. I'll kind of sit down and
Yeah.
hold the rope, so then
Yep.
the next person that goes up can kind
Yep.
of follow the rope along and do
Yeah,
that
and
thing
if-
where you wrap the rope, climb, wrap the rope,
Mountaineering.
that thing.
Okay, we
Is
do
it
that.
a carabiner?
Yes.
So,
Yes, we do that.
all right.
We do that.
I'll tie the rope around my waist.
Morley, you sort of like start tying this rope around your waist and start like, excuse me, making your way past everyone on this incredibly tight stairwell. And you get to the landing at the top next to American. The door now completely open.
Right. Now, I'm going to take it very gently, very gingerly, but I'm going to need all of you to hold the other end of this rope so that if it does give way, I'll be safe and I won't plunge to my death.
Okay, so hold on to the rope, you say.
Tightly, really, like I really
Okay.
can't. All right.
Okay.
Be careful of that just below the window.
What?
Just below the window, it looks especially busted, right, American?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Maybe I
yeah.
should skip over. No, 'cause
Flip,
that'll
do a
put more
flip.
force.
Do
No, I'm not
a
going to be doing
flip.
any flips.
Do
I'm
a
going to be.
flip. Do- run
I'm
on
going
the
to be
wall. Run on the
extremely
wall.
light. I'm gonna be
Parkour.
trying to be extremely light-footed. If you want me to roll anything for that.
Do a parkour. Do a
Walk on the railing.
honestly.
Worst idea. I won't be doing that.
Oh my gosh, Molly! If you're not going to do something, I'll do it.
I'm getting out there. I'm just.
Okay.
Up! Hurry up! Hurry up! Roll the thing.
Calm
I've
yourself
never
down.
calmed down. I've never been
right.
calm in my life.
Okay, Vargas, you hold the rope.
Okay. What? No.
I'll hold it too.
Okay,
we'll all
so-
hold it.
Okay. Basically, like all seriousness, I just want more than one person holding the rope, and I'm going to gingerly crack
Okay.
it.
Okay.
RIP.
Good.
Yeah, that's
Phil
happening.
has the rope.
So Morley,
Cool.
you step out onto the landing.
Yeah.
And it's,
I'm going to put my foot down, like pressing it to see if it holds me.
every time you kind of push, there's like a creak from some different part of the landing.
Yeah.
And then you just put all of your weight down on that foot, and there's a quite a large creak, and sort of some dust shuffles and falls to a lower area. But you're safe. You've put all your weight onto that foot, and you're good. He gives the thumbs up back to the crew.
Okay. Now I'm going to just. I assume I'm going counterclockwise.
Yeah. While you're going, do give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh god. I believe that's called a natural 20.
With a total of 25.
Oh.
That's great. You step out into the area just below that window where American and Baron had pointed out that it seemed a little less safe.
Yeah.
And you put all of your weight down on your foot, and it just cracks and opens up that area. But you somehow instinctively push off at that exact same moment and leap onto the other side of that new hole, completely safe.
I'm amazed seeing this.
Can you
You
give
see,
that
he
a
did a
golf
double
clap?
jump.
He did a double jump.
He did a Yoshi. Very nice. Very nice.
Whoa! Jesus Christ! Did you see that?
Who's that?
Morning, Lord! Did you see that?
Amazing, Molly.
So there's now like
amazing.
a 5 foot hole between sort of underneath that window now.
Well, it's
with a
all
wa-
up to you
watch
now,
us.
Morley.
Watch that when you get to that bit.
Are the rest of
Open it
you
all.
following along, or is Morley going it along?
Yeah. Let's do this whole rope thing.
Well,
guess-
hang on a minute. I need to
Do
get
we have
to
to jump over it?
I need to get to a bit that's steady and safe.
Okay.
You tell me when I'm there.
Well, I'm just going to move you myself here. Sorry, just if you scroll up the map a little bit further, you've continued on up the stairs, and you're nearing the very top of this area. So the wooden stairs climb to the tower's peak, which has a stone floor and a 30-foot high pitched roof. Ravens roosting on crisscrossing rafters.
That's a delicious. That's what I smell it was.
I thought there's some freak show out there just roasting ravens.
They are roosting on crisscrossing rafters, coming and going through small holes in the roof. 10 feet high, 5 foot wide arched windows are evenly spaced around the walls, and each window consists of lead latticework fitted with small panes of transparent glass. One of these windows is broken, and it looks like that lead sort of framework would be more than enough to tie that rope onto.
Well, that's what I'll do.
Yeah, but there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these ravens in these rafters just watching you.
There's some ravens up here. They're just staring at me. I'm just going to tie the rope around a hold. Give her 5.
Okay.
Ask them if they're the Raven folk.
All right, Molly looks at the ravens. Are you the raven folk?
And you just get a lot of like tilted heads and sort of looking down at you and no response.
Does anyone have any?
Oh, they didn't confirm nor deny. The
Okay.
rope's tied now.
All right. I'll bring
Give
up
her a
the
yank.
rear. And if anyone looks like they're starting to fall to their death, I'm going to prepare a thorn whip, knowing that will hurt them, but less than falling that level of feet.
I would say with everyone's movement would enable, and because of that rope that you're all holding on to, you've all got enough movement to just leap over that 5-foot hole, and that rope's there to make sure that you're holding on should anything go wrong. But because you're all like level 8 heroes at this point, leaping a small 5-foot gap isn't much of an issue.
Appreciate it.
Well, don't sell it short. Look awesome when I did it.
And so let's move the rest
Okay,
of
oh my
you three
gosh.
up.
Why did I not think going up this tower would not be a struggle?
5 minutes, I said.
Oh my
and
god.
It's only the 4 of you that have sort of continued on up the plus the skeletons. I think Shannon is moving the skeletons along. And yeah, you're seeing that same sort of view that Morley took in as well. Those arched windows giving you a beautiful, like a strangely beautiful look out over Barovia. To the north and the east lies a mist-shrouded valley with these just ominous dark woods. You know them as the Felcher Woods. A small town and a lonely window on a precipice. To the south, a river flows through a foggy marsh. To the west, between rocky hills, you glimpse an abbey perched on a snowy mountainside that you know houses the abbot himself. This has given you your first chance to really take in Barovia as a whole.
What a view, eh?
I wonder if we can see that kid from up here.
Oh, found it!
What's Papers?
Peter is dead.
Peter's died.
Can't you
dare
reincarnate
you?
Papers? You can cast another spell, and maybe this could be a kind of air traffic control.
This is true. I think it takes me an hour. I have to look into that.
Never mind.
Do it later. I'll do it later.
Okay, all right.
But other
These
than
ravens.
the ravens,
I don't even know.
other than
it
the
doesn't take an
ravens
hour.
and the beautiful view that you're taking in, there's nothing really up here.
Hey, do you think that guy turned into a raven? Hey, ravens,
Wait.
is one of you that guy?
Is this the top of the tower now?
You're at the very top.
Oh my god! Freaking
Waste
what?
of fucking time.
What? Oh, now I'm mad.
I'm going to try and find some crumbs.
Okay,
Oh,
we
breathe.
investigate the
Some
room.
breadcrumbs.
Give me an investigation roll with advantage, since you're all like pissed off and looking for something,
Yeah.
anything.
Get Baron Byram to do it because he's the best at investigation.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Investigate with advantage, please.
Oh, a 16 plus 7? Or
Okay.
an 18 plus 7.
Okay, perfect. You do find some crumbs. It looks like the ravens have brought some sort of food or, something for them to eat or create nests with. There's little bits of straw up in the rafters as well. You find like a small, like a pocket watch. You know, ravens are kind of like crows, right? They love shiny things. Just a small pocket watch that looks broken. The glass is broken. It's lost most of its shine as well. There's really
Lucky.
not much up here.
Wow, look at this pocket watch I found, guys. It's broken.
Does it have an
Well, there's not
inscription?
much. Pardon?
Does it have an inscription?
No, just like a piece of shit. I
Yeah, it's
think.
really cheap. It's like super cheap.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
ravens like it.
Yeah.
We came up all this way for nothing. No,
this where we-
I
is
saw
this
a
where
guy
he
in the
was?
window. No, I saw a guy in the window. Where the F did he go?
Can someone speak to ravens?
The third as well.
Hey, I've improved. I've improved.
Only the
I can't wait to speak to plants. Well, plants
you
don't know nothing.
Just some
What, you think- you think-
in the stone
Yeah,
wall?
yeah, you speak to plants. It's just thinking about photosynthesis. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, it's fresh air out here. Isn't it? Can't wait for rain.
I didn't prepare that
All right.
spell today.
You don't have that spell. Well, let's just think about this. Like, the guy went up the stairs, right? But it's dusty and there's no footprints. He must have flown. One of you ravens is the guy. Don't.
The Baron is just like standing at the top of this place, of this tower, just accusing each and every raven, like just pointing at them, looking, and all of them are just giving you no heed. They've
I'm
stopped
going to turn
even.
to Bill and say, he's finally gone mad.
I'm with Brian, frankly. I swear I saw someone up here.
Yeah. What did he look like?
I can probably give you a
Weird.
reminder of what he looked like. Let me just find the info.
Can I threaten the ravens?
It was a well-dressed man with a thick mane of thistledown hair.
What is thistle down here?
What do we know about
Spiky?
the were ravens? Is there like a secret word we can say, or
Transfer.
how do we convince this person that we know?
Yeah, tell him about Davian.
No, don't. Shh.
Yeah.
You need to keep that secret.
Oh,
There's no-
okay, but he is.
I don't know. It might just be like an evil druid.
I think
What if
we're.
okay, I'm going to
I
threaten
think we're.
them. I'm going to threaten you. I have a spell that I will just cast on your asses right now, you ugly little beasts.
So we've got Mirakin and the
I'm
Baron
leaving.
now,
I'm leaving.
all looking up, pointing and insulting these these ravens. There's nothing, and in fact, the more heated you get, the more disinterest they seem to show until they just all, as a flock, just fly off, wings
I was
beating
gonna
as
say, wait
they
before
fly
you
off.
go.
Don't.
Before you go.
Don't you
We
fly
definitely know
away.
they. Yeah.
Don't
Do they
you launch
roast
out the
them?
window.
Roast them.
Did they just keep going? Did they just keep going, or they?
No, they have gone.
Don't you fly out of this tower right now, mister. No, they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gone.
You are grounded. No, I'm. So, can I poke my head out one of the windows and look up, see if?
Yeah, there's just like an old man clinging to the ivy on the side of the building. He's like,
That's
a
not
good
surprise
call,
me.
actually.
You look out the window. You don't see. Well, actually, this window isn't one that can open, so you can kind of. You need to smash the glass. There's one window that has
I'll go
got
to
a
the
bit of
smashed one.
over on the sort of the northeastern side of this tower. You delicately sort of put your head in between the broken parts of the glass and kind of look up onto the roof, and it just is an arched roof with nothing on it, nothing of any interest.
Let's go down the other stairwell. I mean, there was a big stairwell, and because he might have gone up the southern, that spiral staircase to the south, might have gone up that and then halfway up a landing or something.
Can any of you kind of use some sort of spell to detect if there was magic here recently, or does anyone have anything like that?
Yeah, I can start casting that. It takes 10 minutes, but I detect magic. In the meantime, should we go down the stairs?
Oh, probably no point casting it then if we're going to leave.
Oh, okay. Oh, you want to detect it up here? Okay, let's do it.
Because I reckon the person was a spectre of some sort.
I don't think it would detect residue so much, unless he's leaving a magical residue.
does it take a spell slot?
Hold on, it does.
Magical residue.
I am going to cast. I can just cast it. I got firstly. Okay, I've cast detect magic.
Okay. So what do you want to describe detect magic to me? So
Okay, for the duration, which is 10 minutes, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you, and it moves with me, so as I'm moving, it'll sense it.
right.
If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic.
Okay.
And it can penetrate most barriers, but it's blocked by a foot of stone, etc.
I'm trying to. So, American using peepers earlier on did see these spectral warriors high atop, sort of near the outside of this tower, right? That they were the ones that shot peepers. So you cast that, and you can sense something sort of slightly below the tower line, maybe above the stairwell that you were literally just climbing. So that pulsation, that feeling of magic coming from that kind of area. So if you were to look down on top of that stone staircase, that spiral staircase, if you were to look out of the window, you'd probably see the source of that magic.
I'll look all around.
So yeah, you head to the northeast window and look down, and sitting on top of a small spiral of what would have housed that spiral staircase is what looks to be a ghostly warrior of sorts, holding a spectral longbow and with a spectral longsword at his hip. And he's just looking down. He's not looking up where you are. He's looking down over the roof of this mansion. And you can see on that roof that there's just a massive hole right in the middle of the top of the roof. And you remember when you were in that top floor, you remember that there was a lot of water had come down through this massive hole, and like there'd been a bunch of rotten stuff fallen down and debris. So you can sort of see down into that, and you can see one of these spectral warriors just keeping guard, looking out over the roof.
It's just a spectral warrior, guys.
Sorry, thanks for that. I was just curious.
And with that, we'll take our 5-minute break.
So, non-event.
Oh, there we go. Cool. Awesome.
We did it. We really did it.
yeah. We did it. I totally.
It was well dressed.
No, the spectral warrior was not well dressed. That is not. If American was to look down, it would not be the same creature.
What?
So it's not the same guy. It was just the spectral warrior. There's someone else. Okay.
Yeah. So American's already seen the spectral warriors for herself through Peeper's eyes. Peepers.
Name isn't Peepers.
Pretty sure.
Oh
it was
no, I
Peepers.
can't. No, I think it was Peepers. I don't know.
Yeah,
anymore.
Peepee.
Peepee for sure.
Peeping Tom.
That's right. It was Peeping Tom.
It wasn't actually. It was Peepers. It wasn't Peeping Tom.
Yeah, because that was the choice. It's like, that's all that.
I just want to have a big thank you to Waifufufu and Judge Judy Slayer for giving us a follow. Thank you so much. And I forgot to, because I'm just not used to the flow of everything again, I forgot to welcome all of our usuals at the start. So thank you to Random Origins. Let's have a look and see who's here. Carlzone, QSD, Larp Kiwi, Lyndon Hood, NZ Waffles, Squished, Terrestrial Starfish, you guys. Weeping Jay, thank you for coming back time and time again. I see a lot of other new faces in the chat as well. I will also give a shout out to our Twitch subscribers. We've got Grim Reaper, Alota Gibber, Random Origins, Coolios, Terrestrial Starfish, Waffles, Carlzone, Garman Dude, thank you so much. Carlzone resubscribed for 5 months yesterday while I was doing the prep stream. So thank you so much. I gave him a dance, but you guys can totally give him another dance if you'd like.
If we like.
If you'd like. I think you should. It's nice. He says dilettante, which is good.
Dilettante.
Dilettante. And also a big thank you to our patrons, George Friend, QSD, Drop Shadow, Waffles, Carlzone, Squished, Sador, The Foolish Fool, and our very own Joe and John, who are on our $4 a munch, one that gets a shout out.
Just Curious, do you not get a mention if you're at a lower tier? Or?
You need to. You got to check the little benefits tab of if you're on the lower. It's only you only get the.
Interesting.
So we've got 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 10. We're halfway to 20 fucking snacks, which I'm very excited for. So we just need 10 more patrons on the $4 a week or $4 a month tier. And then once we get to our 20 patrons, we're going to be having our 20 fucking snacks special, which Joe is organizing, which I'm very excited for. So if you want to see us, what are we doing? Eating and rating some awkward and weird snacks.
We're going to be getting a selection of 20 exotic snacks.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to rank them and give a taste test to every single one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're going to be mystery. I'm going to make it a mystery so you don't know what you're getting until you eat it.
Nice. That should be good.
How exotic.
It's as exotic as I can find at local import stores.
Right,
Yep.
right. Yeah, so that's exciting. So 20 fucking snacks. We just need 10 more patrons and we're good to go. I'm looking forward to that.
Does everyone get 20 things or 20 things divided?
That's my dream is that everyone gets the same 20 things.
Oh,
So
yeah.
every person can sample it at the same time and battle it out for what rank it gets.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Speaking
excited.
of food, no, you said it too late.
I'm excited.
It was insincere, if I'm honest. I'm going to go get some novelty food.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to restart my stupid thing.
Yeah, okay.
I'll stay here then.
Yeah, please do, please. Because we do have some questions from Larp Kiwi as well, because of course we do. Larp Kiwi every week is on form. Also, NZ Waffles did just say, just a reminder that y'all are amazing people. Glad you're back, and I'm very glad we're back. It's been like way too long since we've played, and it's really good to be back. It's good to be able to show off the new look as well, which I think looks fantastic. Might need to do some adjustments for this one, I think, just because having 5 cameras on the screen doesn't work too well, but it works really well with the map and everything, so we'll figure it out. We'll tidy it up.
I have realised I added something new to the stream that I thought would be really cool, but you can't even tell. But American has some new earrings.
Oh yeah, you can't really.
And you can't really see them, so that's fun.
Yeah.
But they are there.
That's
Those are
cool.
cool though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Also, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll be showing off, hopefully, this really cool prototype for getting Dicey collector cards, which I'm incredibly excited about. I wanted to reward people for just hanging out, chatting, watching us live. So you notice that you guys get channel points when you watch. There's not much you can really do with them. You can make me drink water to keep me hydrated, and you can highlight your questions or messages so I can see them better. But really, I wanted a way to give back to you guys for spending time with us. So ideally, there's going to be a situation where you can spend your points on unlocking, getting Dicey little collector cards. The grand goal would be to, if you get 5 of the same sort of card, you can upgrade it to a better one, and so on. So we're trying to get the logic and stuff. Random Origins is doing an amazing job working with all the different Twitch APIs to make sure it doesn't cost bits, that you don't have to sign up for anything, that it can all just be done while you watch us, which I'm super excited about. And Shannon is doing an awesome job of sort of planning more of the art side of things. And I am looking and telling people what to do. So that's about it. That's all I'm doing for now. We'll figure it out. Yeah, you do need that, I guess. Joe, did you have something else you wanted to show?
I've got I don't have tiny food. I don't have giant food, but I do have, well, how could I put it? Curvaceous and alluring food today. Look at this pear that I grabbed at the supermarket. Why is it so sensual?
How was that one still left on the shelf?
He was so thick, so tasty. Like, I'm jealous of this pear's booty. What's up with that?
You guys
Look, there are a
bottled
little
it
bit
in?
of there's a bit of brown stainage going on, which does detract a little. But I just saw that at the supermarket and I was like, I'm having that.
Straight in there like a robber's dog.
I was like,
I'm having
oh,
that.
nobody grabbed this pig yet.
I'll be having
And
that
that's my
later.
show and tell. What are we ready?
That's a hell of a cleft.
That was good.
Thank you.
That's hot. That's good.
Yeah. Is it apple bottom jeans? Is that a pear?
This is the pear bottom version. Yeah.
We've got 2 questions from Lark. By the way, with the collector cards, I'm really bad at explaining things at the heat of the moment. I am super excited for it because it's gonna be awesome. But when we get it working, when we get the prototype up and running, we'll see what you guys think. I think it's gonna be great. Question of the week. There's 2. Lark Kiwi has one for me, saying, noticing that the PCs are at level 8 and knowing the module as he does, he's got to ask, is there any content or area that I'm not planning to run or that I might skip? That's hard to answer while everyone is
right here.
while I'm with the players. But the best way I can answer that is I think we'll end up skipping anything that the group really does not show a want to do. That's probably the best way to put it. Like, I feel the more important the story is getting with Strahd, the less the urge to like get the last gem or whatever seems to be. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure what would make the guys go, you know what? What about those gems? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a
Can we
tricky
skip
thing,
the
isn't
final
it?
encounter with Strahd?
Yes, just skip that one.
Yeah, we're scared of him.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm open to playing the entire campaign, but I know there's heaps left if we wanted to stick with literally every. I don't think this campaign's meant to be fully played. I think it's meant to be put together in a way that is unique every time you play it. Although I don't know who's playing this multiple times. And then a question for the players: how does it feel to be back in Barovia?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, cool.
I liked the reappearance of Gil a lot.
That was good. Yeah, that was cool.
Thinking about that, it's like I think maybe I'll just call on Bill just to make things less confusing.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Because otherwise
Fair
we're just going to say the wrong names and NPCs are going to catch us out.
True.
That's true.
True. Yeah, I like it. It was nice to hear Bill's charming voice again. You know, trying to see him put on that charm for and in a good way as well. Obviously, with the trying to calm everyone down and get on this guy's good side. It was good. I liked it.
Can't believe we gave him a diamond.
You and me both.
I love.
Both.
Yeah, I jumped as soon as Adam said that. I had to jump on it. I had to. And then we've got another question from the real Trentos. Behind the scenes questions. What type of rules and systems do you guys have in place to control game flow? For example, rules on spells and stuff do you discuss outside of game? I don't think
No
we
weapon
have.
loading, no crossbow loading. That's a cracker.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think we've got any specific rules in regards to flow and spells, right? Unless you guys are doing things.
You don't play it by the book, eh? Like
We don't play by the rules.
like having the elements and uttering the thing.
True,
I think sometimes you just ask us like if it's going to matter because someone might see you doing it rather than take out your little puff of cobalt and say your little incantation.
Yeah. He said, what do we do to like avoid arguments and stuff as well? So I know that we have had in the past some issues with people not being on the same sort of wavelength in regards to what the focus is. But I think in general now the team is pretty good. Plus I think as a DM I've learned to be like, I can see maybe one person is going away from the group. Can I ask and kind of in character get them to discuss it a bit more. So we had obviously Morley wanting to not touch these revenants, but everyone else being like, maybe we could. And I could have seen that going in a bad sort of direction where it was possible that maybe Adam felt like he wasn't being heard or something like that. So it was very important to find a strategy for why Morley might stay. And I think it came on pretty quickly, you know, that if we lose a couple of skeletons, we're out of here. So I like that. I think that was a real good compromise.
I don't think it's a rules thing. I think it's like there's two things. Is it from a player's perspective, what do you want out of the game? And from a DM's perspective, what are you trying to make the players feel? And the rules are just a mechanism that you have in order to achieve those things. But if you just go, look, the rules are not serving me. They're not actually helping with either of those things. Fuck the rules. Who cares? It's not fun. People are not enjoying it. Don't make the rules like the thing
I think
at the expense of people's fun.
Yeah.
I think the main rule we have is just to try and be like respectful and be on the same page, and work things out. Because I think we agreed in session 0 we don't want to be like a party that's at each other's necks. So there's like a mutual agreement to try and move in the same direction most of the time.
Yeah.
It's not really mechanical. That's more of just a guideline for behavior.
Yeah, and for me, like, story is king. I don't want to throw in, like, I keep going back to like the random encounters thing. You guys have got so much going on. I don't want to be like, all right, let's get back to Vallaki. There is 4 random encounters with wolves you'll be having on your way there. You know, like, fuck. I mean, that might be like the real way to play it, but that's not exciting for me at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
guess
will
it's
say,
probably okay if you had random encounters and you just did a quick roll for it or something. But if it's like going to take you an hour, fuck that.
yeah, exactly. It'd be interesting. Like, how would it feel to be like, on your way back to Vallaki, you guys came across a thing of wolves. Everyone just give me a dice roll to see if you got injured, and then we'll just give you some hit points off. I don't know. It might feel like it cheapens. Like, why even do it, other than to make you guys have less health when you get to your destination? Like, I don't know. Everyone,
I think that's what it's for, though, isn't it? The random encounters is so that you don't just keep traipsing around without planning and stuff like that.
Like, roll a d3. That's how many spell slots you lose, or something that you used up.
Yeah, I think that could be valid. It would be, it wouldn't be a bad thing to do.
I do want you guys to have a think about it. Both our chat as well as the players have a think about how you would like our random encounters to play out, because there is a canon reason you haven't been having them. It's not in the book, but it's my canon reason. And there will be a point where they come in, and if we don't think of a good way to do it, they're going to be done really annoyingly. But so I want to make sure we find a way where it's enjoyable for the viewers, but also for you guys to play through without being something where it's like, 3-hour-long random encounters before you get where you want to go.
The only sorry.
If it's like, we can define a purpose for the random encounters, like, so if it's like not going to add to the narrative, then what is the purpose? And then I think we'd be able to agree on like a good way to meet that purpose, rather than be like, because I don't want to sit around fucking roll another fucking dice.
I know, I don't want that either.
Like, just constantly like battling animals. It's not cool.
Yeah.
The only thing that reason I've found them to be helpful is if people are being too indecisive, and if they know that they stick around for too long, then they will get attacked by something, most likely, and that really puts some urgency in to people's decisions. Like, shit, let's get out of here before some bullshit happens.
We had that reminds me, Shadow. We had in the last campaign that I ran, which was Storm King's Thunder. The party was in this northern wilderness survival kind of arc, like part of the story. Wasn't even part of the story, and the party was just like bunking down after every encounter. And I was like, no, let's just have a random encounter, and there's these lava slugs that come up out of the earth and attack their tents. I was like, there's a random encounter that's like trying to, I guess, make something happen or force an issue.
That was really good, because that didn't feel like a random encounter. I didn't know that was a random encounter. I thought that was something that was meant to happen. So that was good. That was really good then.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. LARP Kiwi's saying he saw a way of random encounters where you ask one of the players to come up with a problem that the group encountered, and then you get one of the other players to tell how the party overcame it. Now, that might work in a normal party, but my party would say, oh, we killed Strahd somehow. And that's it.
I think we did, though.
I approve this use of random encounters.
Yeah, so that could be an interesting way.
Yeah,
but I
that
think
could be cool. And eventually we take things seriously.
yeah, eventually there'll be I think some sort of dice rolls to decide spells used and hit points lost or something like that. I think that kind of makes sense. I don't know.
The other way of shortcutting combat situations like that is to just go, look, it's clear who's going to win. We're just going to, like, all of the next hit on any of them is like a coup de grace on any of the enemies. And you just go, and it's kind of satisfying, but doesn't take like, oh, you missed this turn. And so it's going to be 3 more turns before that one dies, even though it's the last one left. And it's just standing there, steadfastly dodging.
Yeah.
Some motherfucker rolling 20.
I just don't want it to be one of those things where it's a boring 5-minute thing. Where it's like, why did we even do it? Like, I want to make sure it's enjoyable.
I think they should be dangerous. But only if people know that, hey, you're really hanging around in this dungeon, and if you continue to keep fucking around, you're probably going to lose a bunch of hit points.
I really like that idea of like get someone in the party to state a problem and then someone else to state how you overcame it, because the fun of it for me is storytelling, and it's another opportunity to do that in maybe a slightly different way.
Yeah, I think that's good because it also, like, without all the fuss of like we get into a battle, I draw my longsword, blah 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 blah. It could be like a more fun way to narratively achieve the point that this is difficult for the party and they are tired and exhausted, but not having to actually go through it in real time.
Yeah. Because I think the biggest thing here is that, especially in this campaign, the idea of these random encounters being as regular as they are is to make it feel like you're showing up where you need to be, under-resourced, and fucking Barovia is getting you down in yet another way, you know? So, yeah, I'll continue thinking about it. I like the idea of you guys kind of doing the storytelling on how something might have gone down. Almost like the stories you'd be sort of like telling each other after you've gone through it. Like, wasn't it awesome how such and such happened? Or, you know, how we had to use up that diamond to bring Baron back from death or whatever.
Hold on. I think with the poor diamond.
We'll get that diamond back through hook or by crook.
I think with the old D&D, there was an emphasis on random encounters, but also the emphasis wasn't on fighting everything; it was on avoiding things because you're stuck in the dungeon. You had to get
My kind of module.
There was a lot. So, and in fact, you would roll, I think, to see even if the monsters were hostile, because they're not necessarily hostile.
Yeah, totally.
Or maybe a random encounter can also be a trader moving through and things like that.
Yeah, and that's what there's a table in the Curse of Strahd book, and there are things like that where it's just like a hallucination sort of thing, like where you guys saw near the very start of this campaign, like that guy in the like Bill saw himself being hung on the gallows, you know, that moment.
And they can add some flavor and stuff as long as, you know, it's sort of quick and everything. I think that's adds stuff rather than fighting wolves all the time.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool.
Hey, this is my first night playing with Serenscape, and it is a fucking game changer.
It's good, eh?
It's so atmospheric. I cannot get over it.
I'm glad you're liking it. I'm really glad you're liking it. Because I've put a lot of effort into trying to make things sound pretty decent. Although, thankfully, recently I've been able just to steal other people's hard work, which is great as well. So that's cool. All right, should we get back into it?
Yes.
I'm just going to quickly rejoin because my browser is lagging. Go ahead.
Everyone seems to be having some issues tonight.
Yeah, I've changed browser now.
Okay. Also, thank you to Nerdy Drunken Monkey Goblin for following us. Thank you so much.
Great name.
Then for everyone who is watching us, don't forget, just check out our Discord. Come say hi in our Discord. Or if you want to see our previous episodes, everything's up on our YouTube. Everything's in podcast format. Just enjoy as much as we do. So let's jump back in.
Let's roast these chickens.
They're gone.
Oh God,
Fuck.
that's right. We just went all the way up that tower for what? For what?
And we saw a spectral warrior, but that's not who we're after. So
What a completely pointless spectral warrior.
if we
Yeah,
go down
boring.
that main big stairwell, we might run into him. Because, we're assuming he went up the same little stairwell that we did. He might have gone up the other one. And maybe that leads to somewhere slightly different.
There's another one.
Yeah, so, when we entered the chapel, there was 2 spiral staircases, one to the north and one to the south.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh!
You
Are
can
telling me we went
and
all the way up.
Between
the
them is a
wrong
big one.
Yeah. So there's a tower with 2 basically entryways, one on the northern side, one on the southern side. There was a small wooden door at the bottom of the staircase up to this landing that you're on at the moment. So yeah, you guys are still standing at the top of the tower. What's the plan?
Well, my first question is this the room where we looked up and saw the face?
Yeah. It was either this one or maybe the one under the floor that you were on before, that you just came out on.
And there's no trace of anyone.
There's no trace.
Not even a footstep or a whisper.
Nothing.
What?
It was obviously some sort of illusion, some sort of magical illusion, and we've fallen right into their plans. We're going up a dangerous stairwell to find a bunch of ravens who couldn't care less about us.
Yeah. They're making us fit by stair climbing.
It's a training program.
Part of their plan. Well,
This is
let's go.
annoying, if I'm honest. I feel like I've wasted my time, and I don't like that. I don't like it at
That's
all.
what they want. That's what they want, American. They have wasted our time.
They continue to waste it.
Just so
Let's
it's
get out of
now.
here. Let's get out of here and look for Arabella. Bell.
Araborn.
Aragorn. Baragorn.
Let's go.
Aragon.
Aragorn.
So-
He's gone.
So if you guys like, we can just fast track it out of this
man.
mansion.
Aragon girl.
I just feel like there's a clue I'm missing here.
I want to go
that's
down the big stairs. Where do the big stairs go?
All right, well, let's move you guys back down a floor, back down to near where that hole is. And as I mentioned, there is a door on the south side that leads to what you assume is another set of spiral staircase. Just here.
Yeah, I'm going to push it open and say, hey, well-dressed man. No answer?
You open the door and you see there is indeed a similar spiral staircase that's leading down. And your voice just echoes, well-dressed man, all the way down the stairway, and there's no response.
Girl, don't crazy for man.
Irina sees you.
There's just
beard.
the echo coming back to us.
Irina sees you returning, Morley, and says, Morley, what was up there? Is anything? did you find
Nothing. Absolutely nothing was up there. We went up there. Nothing. Bunch of ravens, of course.
anything? We're ravens.
So no, just ravens. Just regular ravens.
What about the man that American thought
Nothing.
she saw?
Just your run-of-the-mill spectral warrior.
I heard that you said thought she saw. Excuse me.
Well, no one else.
I don't appreciate the implication that I was seeing things. Absolutely not.
No, American. I'm not putting this on you. I just know that Strahd is known to sort of toy with people.
Oh my gosh,
I
do you
mean,
know
it was some sort of illusion. We all saw it.
Oh, my
I
God.
can't believe that between all of us magical folk, we can't figure out a single clue as to what the heck that was. It's very upsetting. It's really putting, it's really upsetting me. Actually, if I'm quite honest. I've had the winter coming in to my face.
No, wait, hold on. Let's get out of here. It's more cheerful outside,
Okay.
I think. It's not
So,
like
in this tower, that section that you're in at the moment, obviously the stairs do continue down, the main stairs, or you've got the 2 stairwells, the small spiral staircases, either side.
I vote we go the way we came, because we know that way.
Okay,
vote we
I'm
go
going to
the
go
other
down
way.
this other stairwell.
So split the party immediately. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to go down the southern mini stairwell.
Are you going to? You're not
Just to
going
flush
to
him
do.
out.
You're not going to go down the big main middle staircase.
Nah.
You're going to go down the spiral staircase.
I'm completely lost. I don't understand the map. I follow Baron Byram.
Okay. Okay. And Bill, are you going to go with Morley and Irina and Ismark and Ezmerelda?
And I say,
Or are you going to take
come
the
on,
third way?
Molly.
Go take the.
Come on, everybody.
Just jump out a
I'm
window.
going to try to convince Molly to come with the direction the Baron and American have gone.
All right. So Bill's trying to coax everyone across to the southern spiral staircase.
Come on, Molly. Let's go.
All right. Guess I owe you one after the whole diamond incident.
I'm so glad this is how I called in my chat.
Go down.
But now we're even.
Choosing a stairwell. Value.
Irina, Ezmerelda, and Ismark all sort of delicately leap across that hole in the landing, and each of you head single file back down the stairwell. Let's put you back.
Doesn't it feel like this part of the map, if we keep going down this side, we're going to end up with the spiders?
Okay, well,
with this,
you venture down.
He says that as we're going down, and we go. Everybody stops for a minute. Is that? That's actually a really good point. Is it?
no, this
Yeah,
ends up in the chapel.
Baron says
Okay.
confidently.
There's two stairwells when we went in the chapel. There's a north and a south one. We went up the north and come down the south.
Okay.
And if there's a sharp-dressed man halfway down, bingo, we got him.
There's
I'm sure there will be.
there's very little on your way down the spiral staircase. You find very similar windows that you saw previously, ones that look south this time instead of north over the cemetery. You do catch a glimpse of maybe one or two spiders hanging out near the demolished parts of the southern side of the mansion. They're far away and you're quite high up for now.
Cute.
And you make your way down, and eventually you get down to the same level where you see the balcony above the chapel. So you've gone down a good 60 odd feet, 60 to 80 feet at this point. Oops, sorry, I just moved you back again. And you'll find yourselves on the southern side of this balcony now, or you can just continue going down the stairs and into the chapel below.
Yeah, I'm going to try and go to the cemetery. And let's find this kid. What a waste of fucking time up that fucking...
I agree.
tower.
I can't believe it. I thought there was going to be something extraordinary up there.
Let's burn it.
Absolutely.
All right,
And we took those other stairs.
You've fully
puffed.
Yeah, you guys have spent the last like 30 minutes 45 minutes traipsing up this tower, making your way
I
up,
know.
looking around.
My calf muscles.
Oh my God.
But American, the one thing that sticks in your mind is that image that that what could have only have been some sort of spiritual guidance from Argynvost himself was that that tower that you were in, the idea of just this blinding light pouring out of those very windows that you've now looked out of. That image of that tower and the light pouring out of it seems to be stuck in your mind. And how it's got something to do with returning the skull of Argynvost somewhere.
Okay, well,
was
we
nice.
shall cleanse this place. But first, the child.
There was no spot for a skull, was there?
There didn't seem to be any sort of spot for a skull.
I think we have to put it back in the mausoleum.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
No taking on the spiders before we leave? Just straight out the...
I do want to pet them. I actually do want to pet
No
them.
petting
if I'm
spiders.
honest.
please.
No.
Just want to see. Oh, they're so cute.
Don't.
Just want to go look at them. I just want to say hello.
You could, yeah, it could be a bit of a solo trip for you. You can go do that.
All right. So I think if you guys are wanting to head out now, you'd probably just make your way back through the mansion out towards your carriage, unless there was something else you wanted to do elsewhere in this mansion.
Back up the tower.
Yeah.
We're going to get fit before we fight Strahd.
Yeah.
I like Adam's.
Yeah. And now I think about it, I want that pocket watch. Let's go.
I'm going to go talk to those crows again.
You guys spend the next sort of 10 minutes quietly making your way past the spiders without sort of letting them know you're there, and heading out the front of the mansion, and that familiar sight of there's that horse that's there that is not there, so I'll just remove that. Goodbye, horse.
You found your horse.
Let's come back.
That familiar dragon statue that met you at the opening of this mansion when you arrived, and just past that you see your carriage and horses still waiting patiently, and you get everything back on. What are you doing with your 10 skeleton army?
I think I'm going to run alongside.
Running alongside. Okay, that sounds good. And you head off. You head off into basically back the way you came. So let's.
We're going to the southern Vastani Camp. Is that right?
And shall we go straight to Vallaki, since she was talking about creepy toys? We could go see our old friends.
How far could a child walk that far? From this morning.
Yeah, how far?
So I believe I think it was Rictavio pointed it out on the map for you, and it wasn't too far from Vallaki. It was definitely walking distance. The fact that Savid was even out in these part of the woods kind of makes you think that it's probably there's a chance that Arabelle could have gone for a decent walk, but Vallaki definitely not out of the question.
Okay, I say we head to Vallaki first. We talk to the purveyor of creepy toys. If she's gone that far, he might know something.
Yeah, okay. And Vallaki should have chilled out by now.
Ooh.
It's been like 3 days, right? It's been.
I just don't want to get political. I just don't want to know. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to see who's the mayor.
The Burgomaster.
Are we going to disguise ourselves?
Are you?
No.
No? Okay.
Okay. All right. So you guys are sort of discussing. What are you guys discussing on your way back to Vallaki? Because it's a good 2 to 3 hour horse ride. Oh, carriage ride.
Oh my gosh.
I'll be discussing
Probably
if we're likely to get arrested when we get there.
Right.
I'm going to tell my skeletons, I feel my thighs. They feel stronger to you?
Oh, that's going to smart tomorrow, Brian.
Going to look like that. Yeah.
What does the team think? What does the team think about whether or not you're likely to be in trouble heading back into Vallaki?
I can't remember if everyone in the town knows what we did or not.
So let's go over what happened. Why don't you guys as part of your communication of heading back into Vallaki, just sort of talking amongst yourselves, you're basically telling Ezmerelda what went down.
TLDR, we created a power vacuum.
Okay. All right. You didn't want to refresh it for yourselves at all?
I'm just going to point, hey, okay, so there was these two, I'm going to say to Ezmerelda, there was two fighting forces pushing against each other, and here they are here. We've got Lady Vista, and I'll point to one skeleton, and Vargas, he was the leader, he's the mayor. Previous mayor, sorry, Vargas.
They're literally here because we
using
them.
You've converted them to your own side.
Yes, yep. They're doing
Kind
some
of.
good now, so. But they were very evil characters.
And now
Especially the
they're
Burgomaster.
undead skeletons. So okay, yep. Not evil at all.
Helping us.
Okay,
Pardon?
I'm just even undead skeletons not normally sort of on the good side of things, are they?
Yeah. Well, we're out to change minds. Okay. So
Right.
Brian's all
We've seen
about
how
the,
good
the undead Ezmerelda.
yeah, or funded.
Funded.
All right.
That's quite a rebrand. Yes. I just try not to think about it, honestly.
Okay.
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 I try not to think about your head as giant spider.
How dare you?
So you killed all of those that were vying for power in Vallaki, and then you
Not on
right.
purpose.
and then you left.
There was a festival, and
You did it at one of their festivals.
one of their festivals went horribly off the rails, I'll tell you now. And it was nothing to do with us. There's a bloke that used to hang around these parts. We don't really speak of him anymore. But look, one thing led to another, and we were in trouble as well. There was a guard after us who was keeping Irina here hostage. Remember that, everyone?
Also, Strahd. Strahd
Yes.
showed up.
Strahd was there. Forgot to mention that. Seems like the sort of thing I should have brought up immediately.
Okay. So what are we going to expect when we get into Vallaki? Because I was in
Well-
there earlier and it was kind of mayhem. But it was kind of mayhem going on in Vallaki when I was in there. But does everyone know that it was you?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
But it's for the best anyway. I mean, you can't have two evil dictators. Someone's going to move in. Hopefully it's... is it Duran? No, not Duran. Davian's
son, Erwin.
And if
Erwin,
he-
he is going to be the new mayor and he's going to be great.
And if he turns out evil as well, I'm sure something bad will happen to him until someone good comes along. It will just keep killing them.
American cracked your knuckles. I'm sure something
What was the
bad will happen to him.
Yeah.
what was the last name of the Vargas family?
Oh man, what was it? Let's see. I can bring that
His
up.
first name.
Well, the son was
it was
Vargas
Vlasky.
Valakovich.
Valakoviches. So the Valakoviches were also there, and the son was the son was there.
You guys
And
didn't really
widow.
deal with the son too much.
No,
Psychopath,
but
wasn't he?
we did leave like ears to the Valakovich kind of family alive. I don't want to say we left them alive, like it's a bad thing, but like we can't take it. We can't take it for granted that the right people.
Oh, did you say they were all right when you left?
The Valakoviches.
Oh,
Yeah.
some bad
The
news.
son.
Some bad news on that one. I hate to be
Well,
I hate to break it to you guys, but after you left, there was a lot of unrest in regards to what had happened, and people. I don't know the full story behind it. Maybe someone can sort of tell you more. But the Burgomaster family is dead.
oh, that's no good.
That was
wow.
that was my reaction as well. Actually, I was. Well,
They were quite evil, weren't they? They were really
Yeah.
not the nicest. I wouldn't wish death, obviously, on my worst enemy.
Wouldn't you?
But I mean, I did kill.
I thought that was what we were going to do with Strahd.
It's going to be a surgical extraction of Strahd's fangs.
I
anesthetic.
dish it out. Well, I tell you what. I mean, this seems like they've just going to get their comeuppance. Like if you treat the townspeople this badly, there's going to be a revolution.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, you shouldn't be
Gaddafi.
surprised. Yeah.
It was a young boy.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to.
unfortunate.
I'm just trying to just wash my hands of the whole thing. I don't want to think about it. It's none of my business. I didn't do nothing. So can we just go and save a child and just not focus on all the bad? There's nothing but bad stuff happening in this country. I just hate it here. If I'm honest, I just hate it here. Let's go.
Was there a new burgomaster, Esme, when you were last there?
No, it's been 3 days, Morley. I don't think they've really turned it around. What I believe there's some kind of vote going on at the moment. I believe.
Oh, a
That's
democratic
nice.
process. That's
Fantastic.
Well, that's nice for them.
interesting.
Yes.
What have they been doing for 3 days?
The old,
Well,
the old Valakoviches going on about the big lie. Or the big the fraud they want to recount. Fuck off, Valakovic. Let's go find out what happened.
okay.
Oh, okay.
You've gone through the Svelich Woods and you've gone over the bridge that you've gone over numerous times into Vallaki. As you sort of near on to the gates of Vallaki. So let's move you guys.
I know who we're going to see at the gates. I've got a funny feeling.
All right, so on this
Working
map,
today?
on this map, you can see on the western side of the map, near the bottom here, this little in the woods here, that was where Rictavio pointed out the Vastani Camp. So it's not too far from the city centre.
That's close.
Yeah. And you make your way through, and the houses on the western side of Vallaki are pretty quiet. There's no one really. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening by the time you've gotten here. So there's a few candlelights flickering within the homes as it gets pretty dark in Barovia pretty quickly. At the gates look to be closing, but there is a familiar face. There's a familiar face.
Okay. Here he is. Here's trouble.
A familiar face at the
Oi, oi.
you can,
Who's this going to be?
The big man.
where is he? Where's my face? There it is. Oh, look at it!
Hey!
Did you say, where's my face?
Oh, look who's come! Look who's come back here. So look at who it is, Robert. Robert, have you met these guys before? And the other guard who you've not met before is sort of just preparing to get the padlocks and the chains ready to close up the gates. Oh, he's not much of a talker, this Robert. I think my voice has changed a little bit since the last time you've met. There's a lot that's been going on here in Vallaki over the last few days, and it's quite nice to see your lovely faces again. Robert, can you make sure these gates are wide open for the are these? You got a few more skeletons this time, Mr. Wizard Man.
Yeah, a few.
Okay, I thought you were ignoring me for a bit there. That's fine.
Weren't we hide tanning in sales?
I didn't know
Fuck.
I didn't know he'd seen any
Did you know about
skeletons.
skeletons?
But
Yeah.
no, there's just got a few more. Yep.
You can't keep things from old Greg, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, Greg.
Oh,
Well, hey, Greg,
Greg.
have you seen a small Vistani girl come through here at all?
Oh, are you looking for the young wee thing as well, are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen her.
Oh.
I just know that the some of those Vistani scum have been around here looking for them.
Oh,
Greg. They're people too.
Oh, maybe to you, but come on. I mean, come on. You only need to look at them to see.
okay, we'll just leave it at that. Racist Greg.
Greg the racist. He'll never forever be known.
Oh man,
You know,
Fucking hell, Greg.
so many people getting cancelled so fast in this campaign.
Yeah.
like, Greg, you
Don't wanna
can't
hear it,
say
Greg.
that.
You know, Greg, the last person to slag off the Vistani was your old burgomaster.
Just saying.
Just leave that to fester.
Like, look, this may come as a surprise, but you do know the Vistani work for Strahd, right? You've learnt that bit so far, right?
Well, not all of them. We've met some nice ones. You know that are not.
Nice ones! That's a nice one.
Greg, you're
In fact,
killing me.
we've met ones that want to kill Strahd. So So there.
Or so they tell you.
Oh,
Okay.
Greg,
All right.
racist tropes aside, who's in charge, Greg? I notice you've still got a job, so who are you reporting up into? I don't need the full org chart, just right to the job.
To be honest, I just don't know what else I would do with my day. So
Volunteer
I'm just doing what
tell me.
I'm just doing what Greg does best. And that's look after the gates, make sure no one
Be
gets
racist.
in. Just still
Not getting paid anymore.
I'm still
It's just-
perfecting that one. But please come on through.
Great job you doing.
Why I'm worried about...
Make
So,
sure no one
No.
gets in. By the way, come on in.
he knows us.
but
He
guys, this kid hasn't come through here?
It's not the only entrance, surely.
Well,
Long way around.
Blinsky?
these gates aren't guarded 24/7, and plus
I
sometimes
didn't realise that.
Plus
What's
sometimes-
the point?
well sometimes I'm at the other gates as well. Old Greg can't be at all three gates at once, as much as old Greg would like to be.
All right, okay.
Exactly.
3
Let's
gates.
go.
Be
North,
racist on all
Eastern,
3 at once.
Western, all three.
Right, let's go see Blinsky.
Oh, so we're beelining to Blinsky. Is that the plan?
It's the only lead we have so far, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Don't make me talk to plants. I'm going to see Blinsky.
Save the plant talking until we get to the camp.
Okay, so you guys
There's
venture.
smart plants down there.
You guys venture further and further into Vallaki, and despite it being sort of getting pretty dark, there are a few people making their way around the city. You make your way past the church that you know all too well, and there seems to be some sort of congregation happening in there with Father Lucian and some of the religious folk of the city. You continue your way through, and while it doesn't really seem like mayhem, as Ezmerelda put it, there's a lot of there's a far less military presence or guard presence through this city now. Things are looking a little rougher. There are some more broken windows than there were last time you were in here. The other thing you've noticed as you're getting further in is some of the houses look to be scratched up as well. What looks to be possible wolf attacks on some of these houses. And that is confirmed the further you get in, as you see a pile of dead wolf bodies stacked that look to have been killed relatively recently. They're looking at possibly torching them. There's talk about burning this lot because we don't know when the next lot might attack. It's a lot of hubbub occurring. You get
Nice
to
detail.
you get to a intersection. Further up ahead of you is the Blue Water Inn, but you know off to your right is two things: Blinsky's toy shop, and a little further south from that, the old Burgomaster's mansion.
Okay, let's go.
Just continuing the path down to Blinsky's.
Yep.
Okay, cool. You get down and you see that familiar sign. So I need to bring up some info here.
Like, imagine the stench of burning wolf fur.
I'm just like, oh my goodness, why don't they just skin them? The fur is very good. These people don't know how to live. You know, you could cook that meat. It might not be the best, but don't be wasteful. The people here are hungry. This is silly. I don't have time for it, though.
You finally get to outside Blinsky's. And there's still a lot of angry people sort of still throwing rocks and breaking down parts of the Burgomaster's mansion. There's still it's just a small group of people now.
3 days, get over it.
It's been 3 days.
And Blinsky's, there's still a little bit of light coming from within Blinsky's store, but it does have the closed sign up. But you can see a flickering of torchlight or candlelight coming from within.
Hey, Baron. You see down the road there, down the Burgomaster's mansion, you know it'd be a right laugh if you sent our bony old Vargas down there going, ooh, there's something. Just joking
for
around.
revenge.
It's
Yeah,
getting too old.
Don't look Vargas. I mean, it's your old life.
Who
Let it go.
Who had the best prior relationship with Blinsky? Someone spoke to him. Bill? Didn't you dress up like you were a noble or something?
Oh, that was Baron Byron.
Baron. That's
Yeah.
right.
I think Bill was sick at that point. He was in the tavern.
Oh, that's right.
Sweating.
The sweats.
He had
Sweats and shits.
gastroenteritis.
Yeah. So Baron, you had spoken to him as a wealthy dowager.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. And American, you spoke to him as well.
Yeah.
You're like my bodyguard or something.
Yeah.
But we got along well. Let's just go knock. I'm going to walk up to the front door and just give a little knock.
Let's go see the old kook and his funny little monkey.
The old kook and his funny monkey. Amazing. Such a reverence for him.
Baron, you go to open up. You go to open up the door, and it's locked. And there is a closed sign in the window. But you can see Blinsky in the far side, on the other side of the counter, sort of like packing up for the day.
Blinsky! I can see you back there. Hello.
And he looks
I'm
over.
back.
He looks over at the door with a big smile on his face. And he kind of opens up the small sort of gangway between the counter on his side and the store. He squeezes his way through it and makes his way over to the door, plays with the lock and opens up the door. Hey, well, it's good to see you again. Welcome back to Blinskies.
Oh. Well, good to see you.
And that's where we're going to end it for the tonight. We're going to end it with Blinsky.
What a merchant.
Yes. I do love Blinsky. There we go. And that's episode 52. We're back. Yeah.
Feels like we got
There's a lot of hustle and bustle in this town.
There's a lot going on in this town at the moment. I think it's. I'm excited about the next couple of sessions. I think I'm pretty, just knowing what could happen. Pretty excited.
What? That sounds ominous.
Just you're following some fun things now. I think. Yeah. Not that you haven't before,
right.
but this is fun. Yeah. How do we feel being back? You guys enjoy the session, even though it's spent climbing a tower, finding nothing.
Doesn't get any better than that, does it?
That was my favourite part.
Indicative of D&D. Yeah.
It's one of those things where, as a DM, I'm just like, I'm just going to let them do it. I'll let them do it. I don't want to be like, you don't need to go up the thing, because I've already shown you.
It's all good.
You could have been like, there's not much up there.
There's nothing up there.
And then we saw it.
You walk up the tower, you find nothing. You
We
come
saw
back
someone.
down.
I mean, there were other things that you still could have done. You could have, gone out to see what those spectral guys were up to, or investigated the roof of the mansion, or
Oh my
whatever.
god, there was treasure on the roof. I go back.
Yeah. Larp Kiwi's excited. He says some of his favourite characters are coming up. So, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah, that's good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Davian's son as benevolent ruler. Is that what he's talking about?
Oh, right, Erwin.
Clearly not from that response.
No.
Oh,
Everything's gotta be-
a long time. Certainly haven't prepped anything involving him.
Yeah, you guys will find out. There's some cool shit coming up. Interesting to see what will happen with Arabelle.
But yeah, when you sort of talked about all the different side quests or stories we could be following, it is a bit like, oh my gosh, we can't do all of these things.
Oh, Dinner with Strahd. You guys have forgotten about Dinner with Strahd as well.
We haven't forgotten.
Oh, we forgot to mention it earlier, when we were recapping.
We assume that that's the end game.
Oh, do you know
I
some
see,
people?
I was saying,
Some people do like the Dinner with Strahd like in the first quarter of the campaign.
I was thinking like the dinner with Strahd would be cool, and then we try and like get the skull and run off.
Oh. Yeah, that's a good plan.
He's not going to kill us.
His famous
He could have killed
bastard.
us already, I guess. You know, like he
He
could kill us
loves
any moment.
us. He wouldn't.
Yeah.
As long as we
monkey
don't take
brains.
Irina to dinner with Strahd.
Yeah,
Remember,
that seems like a poor idea.
we've got to take
He'll be
a
annoyed.
stitch together death doll.
Yeah,
You can
hot one.
try and pawn her off on him for the abbot.
yeah.
Check this
Hey.
one out.
Like it's worth it. It's worth a crack.
Yeah. Look how hot she is.
Especially if she has an ass like this pair. Hello.
Check out
Just
that
put that-
ass, right?
Put that pair in and wear a dress.
You did dinner with Strahd. I know you normally prefer human females, but how about this pair?
He's like sold.
Up here in
Sold.
Castle Ravenloft alone,
Yeah.
no one to judge. That's all I'll say.
Man, I'm really excited. I was hoping to get just like I could have gone for an extra 20 minutes, I reckon, and we would have had a really good place to end. But I think having Blinsky open the door is also a very good place to end.
Yeah,
so
I was
Elizabeth,
kind of like,
so
oh, we have
next
to end now.
next session is going to start strong. It's going to start strong. Unlike
with Blinsky.
all the others, I guess.
Unlike all the other sessions, the next one's going to be so enjoyable.
Just the start. The rest will be about the same.
No, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. So
I
I hope everyone enjoyed the new branding. I think the new branding looks fantastic. Shannon's disappeared. I don't know where he's gone. I'm glad his internet died now, I guess, instead of during the session. But thank you to everyone who stopped by and watched. Random disappeared a little bit earlier on. I'm not sure what was going on there, but I hope he's okay. Our favorite mod and one of our biggest supporters, and what he's doing for this potential prototype for the collectible cards is just it's so good. But yeah, I think we're back next Monday, same time. I was looking forward to seeing everyone. I got a little more to prep, but I think I've done enough prep to have us sorted for next session. So unless you guys, I think that'll be fine. Especially if there's another tower to climb. No,
Just chuck a tower in.
yeah, I'll just chuck a tower in.
With a mysterious man in there that then disappears.
Yeah, there's some shit in this book where I'm just like, oh God, it's such a shitty thing to throw in, but I just do it. I just do it anyway.
Then again, I do hate my players.
That's what's fuck with it.
When we get to the end of this, I'm going to really enjoy like dismantling like the good and bad and the things that I added.
Post-mortem.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. That's going to be exciting.
The red herrings.
Yeah. There's, I think, from what I've seen, from what I've played, it feels like campaign writers or module writers really like putting in shit that just doesn't matter to the overall or tie into things very well. And I don't know if it's there because they're just like, well, as a DM, you need to be smart and think of fun ways to put this in. And I'm just like, man, I got to do everything else. I don't want to fuck everything. Come on, just give me how things are. Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, the postmortem is going to be cool. Anything else before we go, guys? I think that's all. Come and join us in our Discord. We always love talking to you guys. Yeah. I think that's us. Cool.
All right.
All right. Thanks for playing, guys. Great
Thank
session.
you.
And
Oh, it was so close.
The
I was hoping
trepidation
that
on
it would be a
Adam's
pair
face.
in there. I was hoping that it would roll down and just appear. There's ass.
that would
have been good.
That would have been amazing.
Were you hoping that it would appear?
Huh?
Okay. Bye.
All right, good night. And we'll see you guys at the same time next time. Thanks, everybody. And thanks, players. Thanks, viewers. You guys are all awesome. And I love you. Bye.
Good night.